For most of human history, power moved at the speed of horses. Then it moved at the speed of ships, then trains, then electricity. Today, power moves at the speed of software, and our institutions are not built for that speed. Our morality is not built for that speed. Our research is not built for that speed. Our governance is not built for that speed. And our psychology is certainly not built for that speed. We now live inside a machine that can change the world faster than we can understand what it changed. That's the situation that we're in. The internet was not designed for civilization. It was designed as a network experiment, a toy for researchers, a transmission protocol. And then one day we plugged 8 billion nervous systems into it and said, good luck. We scaled a local system into a global nervous system without asking what it would do to identity, trust, memory, and economic reality. And now we live in the downstream consequences. Disembodied lives, abstracted relationships, incentives that reward attention over integrity, growth at the cost of coherence. The internet does not know who you are. It knows your behavior. It does not know your intent. It knows what you click. It doesn't know why. It captures data, but it loses humans. Here is the uncomfortable truth. The internet has outpaced the institutions that were supposed to govern it. Peer review moves at the speed of years. AI moves at the speed of days. Diligence moves at the speed of narrative. Capital moves at the speed of fear and greed. Validation is slow. Deployment is instant. And that's a lethal configuration. If you build systems that evolve faster than your ability to verify them, you're not innovating, you're gambling with reality. And that brings us to today. Because Internet 2.0 is not a product. It is not a platform. It is not another app. Internet 2.0 is a challenge, a demand, a re-architecture of how we build systems in a world that no longer waits. Internet 2.0 begins with a simple realization. AI will accelerate everything, including harm, including distortion, including unintended consequences. So the question is not, how fast can we build? The question is, how fast can we understand what we're building? Internet 2.0 is built on one core principle. Human systems must be time-aligned with the systems they create. If research moves slower than technology, we lose. If diligence moves slower than capital, we lose. If ethics moves slower than capability, we lose. If validation moves slower than deployment, we lose. Not culturally, civilizationally. So we are doing something different. We are building a new type of institution. Not a company, not a lab, not a fund. A challenge engine for the future. Here is the challenge. To the companies in this room, if you help build the world that we are now struggling to survive in, then you don't get to stand on the sidelines. If you extracted attention, if you optimized manipulation, if you built systems that reshaped human behavior at scale, then you don't get to outsource responsibility to society. You don't get to call it just a tool. You're invited. No, you are required to help prepare the world you accelerated. Not with donations, not with press releases, with participation, with data, with transparency, and with real accountability. To the investors in this room, if you have money but no mission, then you are standing on capital that history will not forgive. This is the first moment in human history where capital moves faster than truth. And that makes capital either a stabilizing force or a reckless weapon. You don't get neutrality anymore. You get alignment or consequences. To the researchers in this room, if you are tired of publishing papers no one reads, if you're tired of watching your work arrive too late, then join us in bringing science back to the front of reality where it belongs. To the engineers, founders, builders, if you feel like you're building faster than you can understand, if your instincts are screaming that something is off, trust that instinct. It's not fear, it's awareness. And to everyone else who feels disoriented, unmoored, disconnected, tired, but unable to name why, You are not broken. The system is. And you are sensing that is not weakness. It is evidence that you are still human. Internet 2.0 is our attempt to realign three systems that should never have been separated: science, capital, and consequence. It creates research inside diligence, validation inside investing, ethics inside engineering, consent inside experimentation, and most importantly, it restores agency to the human being. Because if we let intelligence outpace integrity, if we let capability outrun comprehension, if we let creation outrun responsibility, no one wins. Not the companies, not the researchers, not the investors, not the builders, and not humanity. So here's the challenge. This is not a spectator sport. This is not theoretical. This is not something we post about. This is something we enter. Bring your teams, bring your labs, bring your capital, bring your courage, bring your doubts, bring your disagreements, but bring your results. Because from this point on, everything is measured. Learning speed, decision quality, downstream impact, trust creation, failure rate. It will be public. Not to shame, to learn. Because the future should not be governed by narratives. It should be governed by reality. If you want safety, this is not for you. If you want certainty, this is not for you. If you want applause, this is not for you. But if you want to matter, if you want to build something that outlasts you, if you want to repair a world instead of extracting from it, then you already know. Internet 2.0 is not launching, it is inviting anyone who refuses to let the future be built by accident, inviting anyone who is tired of pretending that innovation excuses damage, inviting anyone who knows deep down that the world does not need another company. It needs people willing to take responsibility for acceleration itself. So this is the challenge. Not to build faster, but to understand deeper. Not to scale harder, but to care wider. Not to extract more, to repair first. The old internet optimized for growth. Internet 2.0 will optimize for coherence. The old world celebrated speed. This one survives by wisdom. The age of unverified power is ending. What comes next depends on who stands up now. Thank you.